So unasikia hao wenye wameongea saizi Those are the guys who know the pain of having to lead county strike. You know Mark Ndungwe? We used to be with him in Embu County, and we went for a strike. That when we made the mistake of calling it off with a return to work formula, not even a single thing was implemented. That's why we won't call our strike with a return to work formula. We'll call off this strike with a CBA plus a REA, because we are now wiser because they made us wiser, we learn from our mistakes. Sasa, now, I'm going to invite next one of our colleagues who got tired of being poor and joined the other house. Sasa, is one of the former DMS of health. Sasa, Dr. NYIKAL, karibu, unisalimie, uite wenzako, mtusalimie, tuendelea event, sindio?
Patia daktari ngoma. Tuone kama bado anavuta mifupa. We are a chosen generation. FYI, Dr. NYIKAL yesterday got a DU number. Sema DU number. Honorable NYIKAL, karibu.
Doctors power. Doctors power. Doctors power. Doctors CBA. 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 I want to say just a few things because the problem is known and the solution is known. I do not understand why there is a delay in solving the problem. The CBA is not just about salaries. The CBA is about improving the health system in this country. The CBA, if you look at it, is actually an implementation of the Constitution Article 43. I do not believe that doctors went on strike just for money. I know the doctors are concerned about the health services in this country. I know, and I have a reason to know, and a history to know, that the health services in this country have deteriorated severely. Our orthopedic surgeon said that we must reach a point where the policy makers must use the services of the health system they have created. But I want to let you know that that was the case until about 1980. In 1976, I transferred a baby from Aga Khan Hospital to Kenyatta because Kenyatta was a better hospital than Aga Khan Hospital. In 1979, my daughter was born in maternity in Kenyatta because maternity in Kenyatta was better than maternity in Nairobi Hospital. In 1983, when an assistant minister and an MP fought in parliament, they were admitted in Kenyatta because that was where the best services were. So the question is, what has happened? And in my mind, that is really the thrust of the CBA. I am aware that the CBA will give some money, more money to the doctors, perhaps more allowances. But I also know that in 2003, we actually did negotiate salary increases that included allowances, and those have been eroded because we did not embed them in a CBA. So whatever we do today, it must be embedded in some document that we can always look at and say, this is what we agreed on. I know that in 2005, when the first Boma draft of the Constitution was made, there was a provision for the Health Services Commission. And I know because I spent 6 hours at Bomas making sure that it is in the Constitution. As you know, that Constitution failed. When we got the new Constitution, I don't know, but I'm told that it was agreed that a health services commission can be established administratively by law in Parliament. I therefore do not see why people have so much difficulty accepting that there has to be an authority that will ensure that wherever the doctor is working, whether you are working in Migori, whether you are working in Kajiado, whether you are working in Mombasa, whether you are working in Tana River, your conditions and terms of services must be the same. In the health sector, the most important health system that stabilizes the whole of the health sector is the human resource. It does not matter what equipment you have. It does not matter what buildings you have. It does not matter what drugs you have. It does not matter what theater you have. And my friend, the anesthetist is here. If there are no people who will handle this, it cannot and will not work. I know that in the health sector, there are so many cadres of health workers. We have doctors, we have nurses, we have pharmacists, we have physiotherapists, we have occupational therapists. All these people have to be organized through a system that can harmonize the work that they do. And the reality is, the doctor is the head of that team. Therefore today, when the doctors and the pharmacists and the dentists, in my mind they're all doctors, have taken the lead, we must listen to what they are saying. I have looked at the CBA and I do not accept the simple fact that because the CBA was not signed by the governors, because they were not there, that makes it invalid. Because what we know, when you are handing over human resource, you must also hand over the conditions, the agreements that there were. So my colleagues, the point is, people cannot stand somewhere and say, this is not implementable. what needs to be done and say, what is it that you think you can't implement at even for now? And you have sat down and discussed those and put proposals. Why can't this then be implemented? I do not accept that the CBA was not registered. Whose responsibility was it to register the CBA? I cannot accept that because one PS signed the CBA and another PS or another CS came, we cannot accept it. Governments exist in perpetuity and succession. I would have told you more, but I think what I've said is enough. If we observe those simple rules, we will solve this problem and health services in Kenya will improve.